Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's great to see you. I'm sorry I was away for a few days, and I can't tell you, there's nothing better than being back in the studio on a Monday evening. And among the things I missed debating last week, but which I felt was just absolutely brilliant, was the speech of Jaishankar in the United Nations, where he said that Pakistan is a dysfunctional nation coveting the lands of others, which must be exposed and must be countered. He went on to say, we heard some bizarre assertions from it at this forum yesterday at the UNGA. So let me make India's position clear. And then he went on to say what I have been wanting to hear. And I know it's been said before, but each time it's said, it seems to me to be the most important foreign policy point that India has made. And he said that there is only one thing to be resolved between India and Pakistan, just one last remaining thing. And that is the vacation of illegally occupied Indian territory by Pakistan. That is it. The only thing we must speak to, the single most important thing that remains to be resolved with Pakistan is POK. So Pak must talk POK first, ladies and gentlemen. There can be absolutely no doubt about it. And to the Pakistanis who will be debating with me tonight, a fundamental point is this, that you have no debating point to start with. Because the Pakistani government has already agreed, and that's what I'll prove tonight. It has already agreed before the Islamabad High Court that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is a foreign territory and that Pakistan has no jurisdiction over it. This is an accepted point by the Pakistani government in the Islamabad High Court. Their own Attorney General has said Kashmir is a foreign territory and judgments of Pakistani courts in POK appear as judgments of foreign courts. So in other words, previous Pakistani governments have already accepted that POK they have no jurisdiction over. So I don't see any reason why they should make things worse, why they should force us to do another surgical strike to neutralize them before they give it back. We are all aware of the terrible situation in Pakistan, but are you aware of the terrible, terrible situation in POK? There is no food, no drinking water, no medicines. You know there is very little electricity in POK. There is no infrastructure like roads, no bridges. 70% of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan is today without any energy infrastructure. They are living a primitive life in a country with a primitive, completely primitive economy. There is hardly any major hospital in the region. The terrain is so rugged that people just see their loved ones die when they fall sick. Viewers, tonight, the big debate I'm coming back with, which is at 8:15 tonight, India-Pakistan debate, Pak Talk POK. But before that, I have a very special guest tonight. I have the fairly charismatic and, if I may say, controversial young minister of Himachal Pradesh, Vikramaditya Singh, and I'm going to ask him whether he's striking a pose different to that of his party by following the Yogi model in Himachal Pradesh. That's live and exclusive. And at 8:40 p.m. tonight, BJP versus Congress debate tonight. As Kharge makes a statement Amit Shah calls disgraceful, where he says that he will not die till he sees Modi out of power. That's debate 3. And here are the headlines first. This Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock tonight, sorry, it's a really packed show. I want to understand what the Hezbollah lovers are in it for. That's at 9 p.m. tonight. And here are the headlines this Monday evening on the debate tonight. Days after India's External Affairs Minister told the world that Pakistan's GDP can only be measured in increasing radicalization, Islamabad acts on cue, rolls out the red carpet for Zakir Naik. In a scathing takedown, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah slams Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge while wishing him a speedy recovery. Shah completely demolishes Kharge's hateful rhetoric against Prime Minister Modi.
पार्टी की विचारधारा है, पार्टी की लाइन है वो हमारे लिए प्राइम इम्पोर्टेंस है। एट द सेम टाइम आई वुड लाइक टू रीइटरेट दैट हिमाचल के हित भी हमारे लिए उतने ही महत्वपूर्ण हैं and I will never compromise.
What exactly is on Vikramaditya's mind? Is this a sign of a massive internal storm brewing in the Himachal Congress amidst the controversy as the party says take back the nameplate diktat? He hasn't done so yet, but he says he's not violating the party line. As the Hezbollah comes in under fire in Lebanon, Israel's battle with its West Asian enemies enters a new chapter. But why are there sympathizers for the Hezbollah right here in India? And after Republic's relentless investigation into the Muda land scam, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is cornered like never before. CBI, Lokayuk, he may block the probes, but the truth can't be buried. And ladies and gentlemen, Senior Minister PWD Urban Development Vikramaditya from Himachal Pradesh is in focus tonight as my first guest amidst increasing speculation. Vikramaditya Singh that, you are not going to listen to the party high command's diktat to you to take back the nameplate policy. Viewers, I just want to repeat the nameplate policy before Vikramaditya answers is similar to what Yogi implemented, where every shopkeeper, street vendor has to display their names and their IDs. This was criticized in Uttar Pradesh by the opposition, including the Congress, saying it's aimed at identifying people as Muslims or non-Muslims, as Muslims or Hindus. Vikramaditya Singh, are you going to take back this policy?
Arnab ji, first of all, I would like to humbly say that I object to you using the word controversial minister. I may be young, but I am not controversial. And what you have just stated, I want to say that Himachal Pradesh is following no state's model, nobody's model. Himachal Pradesh is a state on its own right, and the issues of Himachal Pradesh are concerning the people of the state. And I am nobody, and I'm not such a big leader to defy the party high command. I stand steadfast with the principles of Indian National Congress, our leaders, Honorable President, and all the leaders. I have had a detailed meeting with them in Delhi, and I have spoken to them regarding the state-specific issues of Himachal Pradesh, particularly with this law. And this has nothing got to do, mind you, with the law that you have just referred to with regard to Uttar Pradesh. All I have said is that this law, the Rural and Urban Livelihood Scheme, was initiated by the UPA government in 2014.
No, Vikramaditya, that's not true.
In Himachal Pradesh
that's
in 2016.
That's not true because on September 25th, you have yourself admitted that the idea is similar to what Yogi Adityanath is doing in Uttar Pradesh. You have said people have expressed their concerns and doubts, and considering this, we have decided to implement a similar policy to that in Uttar Pradesh, in which it has been made mandatory that vendors have to display their names and IDs. Every shopkeeper and vendor has to display their identification. So you have yourself admitted that this is inspired by Uttar Pradesh.
Annaji, there was a question that one of the journalists had thrown at me, who asked that, are you implementing the same model as Uttar Pradesh? At that point in time, I didn't know what the model there was there or not. But anyways, what I was talking was in context to Himachal Pradesh, and there are a number of judgments of the Honorable High Court and Supreme Court which say that you have to implement the vending scheme in Himachal Pradesh. So this is very different to what the Uttar Pradesh model or any other model you're talking about. Himachal Pradesh is a state in its own right.
Okay, so even if I accept that, it is a state in its own right. Okay, fine, Vikramaditya, let's...
We have the duty, can you please listen to me? We have the duty to look after the people of the state, and as I have reiterated in the morning also, that anybody from any part of the country is welcome to work in Himachal Pradesh, and vice versa. Anybody from Himachal can go to any part of the state.
That's not in question. That's not in question. The question is simple. Question is simple. You said
vending zones in state. and having proper verification so
But
that
you
if there
said-
is any kind of
What verification? What
antisocial
is the need?
activity,
Okay.
so the government knows about it.
No.
That's all about
Yeah,
it.
but see, there is a policy. Are you implementing the policy or taking back the policy?
See, the thing is that the Honorable Speaker of the Vidhan Sabha has constituted a committee in which I am a member. There are senior members of the Congress party who are part of it, and even members of the BJP are part of this committee. And we are scheduled to meet on the 3rd of
Hey, give me the
October, where a meeting will be held, and we will in detail discuss about everything. Everything will be deliberated. The law will be deliberated. The court's mandate will be deliberated, and then a future course of action will be taken. I stand by what the party says. The party high command has very categorically said that there should be no political and religious overtones to any policy by the Congress government. That is what we stand by. But
Where is the religious overtone by identifying names? I'm sorry, but where is the religious overtone in identifying names?
There were concerns, Arnabji, that there are some religious connotations that are being brought into this, which I firmly deny. We have to look after the interest of the people of the state. And there are, as I said, the people from BJP, there are people from Congress who will be part of this committee, and we will look into it threadbare, and a call will be taken on it. But I want to
would I be right in saying that
we will protect the interest of the people of Himachal Pradesh. That is what we have to do in consonance with the idea of India, which is represented by the Indian National Congress.
No, so the idea of India was different on 25th and is different today? On 25th, you yourself said that there are concerns. So are you saying, Vikramaditya, that Hindu concerns are less than Muslim concerns? Because let me put it very straight to you. During the Kawar Yatra in Uttar Pradesh, this became an issue. So I'm asking, are you saying the concerns of the Hindu community are less important than the concerns of the Muslim community?
We have, and we take into consideration concerns of all communities. And as you know, the Kaveri Yatra, the order that was issued by the Uttar Pradesh government was struck down by the Honorable Supreme Court. So I don't want to get into that controversy.
But on what? Okay, so when you said on the 25th, you said we did a meeting with Urban Development and the Municipal Corporation to make sure that hygienic food is sold. Hygienic food. A decision was taken for all street vendors, especially those selling edible items. One minute. I want to ask you, what is the link, Vikramaditya, between hygienic food and displaying the names of people selling edible food items? You made the link. You said there is a link between hygienic food and the display of the names. What is that link?
No, all I'm saying is that in Himachal, there are a lot of Tibetans also. Honorable Dalai Lama, His Holiness Dalai Lama stays in Himachal Pradesh. He's got political asylum in Himachal Pradesh. Because of that, a lot of Tibetans also sell a lot of food in Himachal Pradesh. It is not only about one community. It is about every religion. It is about every caste. It is about every creed. Himachal Pradesh has its door open for everybody. But we have to maintain the hygienic foods being sold in all eateries in Himachal Pradesh. That is a duty of Himachal Pradesh government. And secondly, to maintain internal security in Himachal Pradesh. That is also our duty.
Vikramaditya
Singh, we will never shy away from our responsibilities.
You may be very young, but you're also a very smart politician. I want to play to you a soundbite of a person called Vikramaditya Singh. Okay, so Vikramaditya, on the right of the screen, there is you live right now. On the left-hand side of the screen, I will show you a soundbite of another person who looks a little bit like you. Okay? You hear him and you tell me which of the two people, the people watching the program should believe. 50-50, ladies and gentlemen and producers. Vikramaditya Singh live on the right and Vikramaditya Singh of 25th, the soundbite on the left. Let's play it and let's get a reaction. Play it.
जिस तरीके से उत्तर प्रदेश में भी वहाँ पर भी जो रेडी फड़ी वाले हैं खास करके उनके लिए ये मैंडेटरी किया गया है कि वहाँ पर जो है आपको अपना उसमें नाम और आईडी लगाना होगा। तो हमने भी इसको यहाँ पर पूरी मजबूती से लागू करने का निर्णय किया है।
तो इतने जल्दी आपने अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कैसे बदल लिया?
No, Arnab ji, I stand by where I am. somebody in that press interaction asked me about Uttar Pradesh. I didn't know what the policy in Uttar Pradesh was, but I said, yes, we are doing in Himachal according to law, and a committee is formed. We will discuss everything threadbare. I still stand by it. I still stand by it that we have to protect the interest of the people of the state. What I say, I always do that because I follow the principles of my father, who was a very long time Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, and I can assure you that. But yes, as I said, that in Himachal, everybody from any part of the country can come and get employment here and can open vends here. But verification on lines with security, on lines with hygiene has to be done, and that I have told my party high command also, and they are also appreciative of the fact. But yes, as far as the communal overtones or anything other than that is concerned, I will not go beyond what the party high command tells us.
Okay. Vikramaditya, I won't push you more on this. I think you're taking a little bit of a middle line right now, but I'll track it. I'll track what your next move is very closely, because I believe that you will make headlines in the near future in Himachal Pradesh. And I won't tell you why I think so. But
that will be in the positive way.
No, I'm not saying negative. Don't think of it that way. Vikramaditya, thank you for joining us tonight as my first newsmaker this evening. Thank you.
Okay. All the best.
Thank you, Vikramaditya. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Vikramaditya Singh, keeping his options open right now, it seems to me. Now, to my main debate. India has a clear and stern message. Pakistan must vacate POK. There is no need, in my view, to keep reiterating this message. But it will be interesting to see how the Pakistanis now respond. Let's debate.
We heard some bizarre assertions from it at this very forum yesterday. So let me make India's position perfectly clear. Pakistan's cross-border terrorism policy will never succeed, and it can have no expectation of impunity. On the contrary, actions will certainly have consequences. The issue to be resolved between us is now only the vacation of illegally occupied Indian territory by Pakistan, and of course, the abandonment of Pakistan's long-standing attachment to terrorism.
This is what External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said on Saturday while speaking at the UN General Assembly. While this is not the first time India has reaffirmed its commitment to reunite POK with India, it is the most direct position India has taken on engagement with Pakistan in the third term of PM Modi. Before the election, in an exclusive interview with Republic, Prime Minister Modi had made his position clear on engagement with Pakistan.
आपने पाकिस्तान के संदर्भ में कहा था कि अर्नब, बम, बंदूक और बारूद के बीच में बातचीत हो सकती है क्या? तो मेरा सवाल आपसे है, 10 साल हो गए, आपने कोई चेंज देखा है पाकिस्तान के अप्रोच में?
हमें पाकिस्तान के अप्रोच में अपना दिमाग खपाना नहीं चाहिए। हमें अपना लक्ष्य लेकर के आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए। और मैंने विथ रेफरेंस टू पाकिस्तान, हिंदुस्तान को चलाने के तरीके 10 साल से ताला लगा दिया। मैं वो करना ही नहीं चाहता। पाकिस्तान, उन्होंने अपना अलग देश 47 में ले लिया हमसे, अब वो अपना करे, भला करे, अच्छा करे।
However, senior ministers from the Modi cabinet and the BJP have time and again reaffirmed that POK is an inalienable part of India and that it will be returned soon.
कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के पीओके को आप भारत का हिस्सा नहीं मानते हो क्या? एग्रेसिव ना हो, जान दे देंगे इसके लिए। क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? एग्रेसिव होने की क्या बात कर रहे हो?
पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर भी फिर कश्मीर का ही पार्ट होने वाला है, जम्मू कश्मीर का ही भाग होने वाला है।
अगर भारत में कोई बड़ी आतंकी वारदात हुई, वो जहां बैठे होंगे वहां हम खुद शरण आएंगे।
Not just that, the External Affairs Minister also held the mirror to Pak, highlighting its questionable choices and karma getting back.
Many countries get left behind due to circumstances beyond their control. But some make conscious choices with disastrous consequences. A premier example is our neighbor, Pakistan. Unfortunately, their misdeeds affect others as well, especially the neighborhood. When this polity instills such fanaticism among its people, its GDP can only be measured in terms of radicalization and its exports in the form of terrorism. Today, we see the ills it sought to visit on others consume its own society. It can't blame the world. This is only karma.
As if on cue, as Jaishankar said, Pakistan's GDP could only be measured in increasing radicalization. Pakistan has now invited hate preacher and India's fugitive of law, Zakir Naik, to its shores. With India's clear message to Pakistan that its nefarious designs of cross-border terrorism can never succeed, the biggest question is, should India follow through with its promise? Is it time to bring back POK?
India's position perfectly
People ask me, what is Republic's position? And our position is the country's position. All we want is peace. All we want is peace at all cost. And if the cost of peace, is war, so be it. But there must be a long-lasting peace. And hence the first option, Uzma Kardar and General Bakshi, Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza, Yasir Janjua and Irshad Ahmad Khan is the first option. We must always give the Pakistanis the first option, General Bakshi. The first option is a peaceful handover of POK. You agree with me, General Bakshi? Not a bullet fired. A peaceful handover.
Absolutely.
There will be no bloodshed. There will be no bombs. There will be no surgical strike. They have the first option. What do you think, General Bakshi? That should be the first option for them.
Most certainly, Arnab, if they want to see reason, if they want to go by common sense and logic,
yes,
then that is the preferred option for Pakistan.
Yes.
Without bloodshed, without undue rivers of blood, just hand over what belongs to India. It was never yours in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't forget that as per the legal terms, of accession,
yes,
the Maharaja of Kashmir had signed over the sovereignty of the entire state of Jammu and Kashmir to India.
Yeah, totally.
And that included POK, that included Gilgit-Baltistan, that legally, rightfully belongs to India. It would be in fairness that Pakistan hands it over in a peaceful manner so that relations between the two states are not bloodied and strained.
Absolutely. I think it would
now,
be
whether
such
you
a...
give it peacefully or otherwise, POK is ours.
Yes, absolutely.
We will
I thank you for that endorsement of my initial views. You see, Uzma ji, Yasir, all we want is a long-lasting peace. And it is our duty to give you the first option. These comments, by the way, let me tell you, these comments are backed with clarity of intent. Complete and absolute clarity of intent when you hear Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Jaishankar, Rajnath Singh, all speak the same language. Do not assume anything. You have no chance if we actually move, Uzma ji. So anyway, the situation is bad. You are killing the civilians randomly. And I am so proud of Amjad Ayub Mirza, who has exposed the way in which unarmed civilians are being killed on a daily basis. So Uzma ji, you have nothing to gain or lose here. Just hand it over and there'll be no problem. Otherwise, you've seen what has happened to the Hezbollah recently. You have seen what has happened to the Hamas. And nobody helps people. Nobody is there. Even Iran is refusing to recognize Hezbollah now. So hand it over, please.
Okay, Arnab. Thank you for inviting me. It seems like, you people have not learnt your lesson at all. We've had 3 wars, yes? And you've been dreaming about taking over Kashmir. In fact, not just Kashmir, I think you've hardly ever accepted the creation of Pakistan. And you constantly think of, taking over the entire Kashmir. Well, I have 2 words for you guys. Dream on. Keep on dreaming. We have nothing against dreams. The point is that you people do not know how to honor your commitments. You have forgotten about the UN resolutions. You know, the place where Jaishankar stood and gave his high and mighty speech. It was the very same forum where it
Uzma ji, can I interrupt you with a counter question, please, for you? Uzma ji, can I interrupt you with a counter question to you? A small counter question to you, Uzma ji. A small counter question to you.
We have to allow the Kashmiris the right of self-determination, and they will decide whether they want to
give us the right of self-determination.
Boring.
We want to rejoin
Absolutely
India.
boring. That argument is boring. It's a boring argument. Now my counter argument to you, Uzma ji, is this. See, Uzma ji, I didn't put you in power. You conspired with that fellow, son of Benazir Bhutto, and conspired to make a hodgepodge government when you knew Imran Khan had more numbers than you, and even now every day I get visuals of what is happening in Islamabad. Now listen to me. The point is, can you tell me, Uzma ji, when did this hodgepodge government come together? About 3-4 months back? 5 months back? Something around that time? Now, after your government came into power, you went to the Islamabad High Court. Amjad Sahab, इसको बहुत करीबी से इसको समझने की जरूरत है. नवाज शरीफ और ये शहबाज शरीफ की सरकार जो है, ये इस्लामाबाद हाई कोर्ट में गई और इस्लामाबाद के हाई कोर्ट ने पूछा कि पीओके पे आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू क्या है. तो इन्होंने कहा, उज़मा जी मेरे प्रोग्राम में आके तो बहुत कुछ कह रही है. इन्हीं की सरकार, इन्हीं की पार्टी ने जाके इस्लामाबाद के हाई कोर्ट में कहा वो तो भारत की जमीन है, उस पर हमारा कोई अधिकार नहीं है, वो भारतीय जमीन है, इट्स अ फॉरेन लैंड, इट्स फॉरेन टेरिटरी. कहा कि नहीं कहा अमजद साहब? और फिर कहा कि हमारी कोई जुरिस्डिक्शन ही नहीं है. अरे भाई नहीं है तो मान लीजिए ना जी.
आप अपने जो ख्वाहिशों का इजहार,
ये ख्वाहिशों का इजहार नहीं है, ये आपकी सरकार ने, ये आपकी सरकार ने हाई कोर्ट, आपके इस्लामाबाद के हाई कोर्ट में कहा है.
ये कहा आप जरा मुझे,
अरे क्यों कहा? मुझे पूछ के कहा, जनरल बख्शी जी को पूछ के कहा. किसको पूछा, क्यों कहा? मैंने कहलवाई आपसे, मैंने कहलवाई क्या आपसे?
पाकिस्तान जो है,
अरे कहा कि नहीं कहा? मुद्दे पे आइए, मुद्दे, कम टू द पॉइंट.
और कश्मीर जो है,
मुद्दे पे आइए. आपने क्यों कहा?
लोगों ने गासिबाना कब्जा किया हुआ है.
अरे भाई,
और उसको सबसे बड़े दुनिया का जेल.
अरे आपने कहा कि हमने कब्जा किया हुआ है, मगर हमारी जमीन नहीं है, हमारा अधिकार नहीं है.
स्टोरी सुनाने की बजाय
स्टोरी
क्लिप लेके आए,
आपके
सुनाए, ताकि सब सुन ले कि कब ये कहा है शहबाज.
मैं बता रहा हूं आपको, मैं बता रहा हूं. अमजद साहब देखिए, डोंट बी एम्बैरेस्ड, उस्मा जी.
उससे आपका कोई
उस्मा जी मेरी बात सुनिए. मैं आपके परिस्थिति, आपके सिचुएशन को समझ रहा हूं, मैं आपके पोजीशन को समझ रहा हूं. आपको मैंने ऐसा सवाल पूछा कि इसका कोई जवाब ही नहीं है आपके पास.
आप क्लिप दिखाएं मुझे।
मैं
क्योंकि
क्लिप,
ये जो आप एक
अरे भाई
कहानियां सुना रहे हैं,
आपके
बस
हाई कोर्ट की
गलत
क्लिप नहीं होती
कहानियां
है,
सुना रहे
आपकी
हैं।
अपनी
और
पाकिस्तानी
इनको
मीडिया को पढ़ लीजिए।
कि हमें सबूत चाहिए।
अमजद साहब बताइए इनको।
लाएं और हम अपने कानों से
आप
सुनेंगे,
गूगल कर लेना।
फिर हम आपका यकीन करेंगे।
अहमद जो है अहमद फरहाद केस में,
अहमद फरहाद शाह के केस में, जब अहमद फरहाद शाह है जो आपके पोएट है, कोई जर्नलिस्ट है, उनकी किडनैपिंग हुई थी।
पीओजे केस फॉरेन टेरिटरी, वी हैव नो जुरिस्डिक्शन, ये उन्होंने
योर एडिशनल एडवोकेट जनरल इन द केस ऑफ द किडनैपिंग of Kashmiri poet and journalist Ahmad Farhad Shah, your additional attorney general said, see, this is all foreign territory. This is not coming under our constitution. Why did he say that?
सही कह रहे हैं।
Why did he say that? Why did he say that?
आजाद कश्मीर है, बिल्कुल। They have their own constitution, they have their own assembly, they have their own budget, they are totally independent. They are not under Pakistan. आप लोगों ने
we have an announcement to make today actually.
Amjad Ayub Mirza has an announcement to make.
Yeah, which will pull the rug from under Pakistan's feet today.
आप लोगों ने जुल्म किया हुआ है यहाँ पे। आपने वहाँ पे उनको जो है आपने फौज के थ्रू आप उन पे ज्यादती और जुल्म कर रहे हैं। जो ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशन है सारी आप कश्मीर में कर रहे हैं।
Amjad Ayub Mirza has an announcement to make. Go on, sir.
Thank you very much, Arnab. Today, we, the people of Pakistani occupied Jammu and Kashmir, hereby declare ourselves totally independent of any Pakistan administration, whether civil or military. We hereby declare that we are Indian citizens living under the occupation of Pakistan. We hereby announce Major Samar Toor as our mediator between the people of Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir and the Indian government to facilitate the swift reunification of Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir and Baltistan with the Republic of India. And we hereby instruct Major Samar Toor to form a negotiating committee so that the transition of reunification of POJK with Republic of India can be made to work smoothly. End of statement. Thank you.
This is a very big statement. I'd like reactions from Pakistan.
भाई मुझे तो एक पता नहीं नजर आ रहा। आप अकेले भाषण दे रहे हैं बैठ के। ये वी में कौन शामिल है? जरा मुझे दिखाएं ना कितने नंबर्स आपके पास हैं।
I don't want to talk to you because you are a total waste of time. You are nothing but a chatterbox. And with due respect, madam, I do not want to indulge in a conversation with you.
I say this and I say that.
But the announcement has been made. You see, the problem with you is, Uzma ji, I'll tell you. Uzma ji, see. Uzma ji, the problem with you is you have never experienced democracy in your country. You have never experienced democracy in your country, and that is your... You see, when you say we, she says, आप कौन होते हैं? आप किसके लिए बोल रहे हैं? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the person speaking on Republic tonight, who has just said that we are completely independent and we are nominating Major Samar Toor as an intermediary to begin the discussion for the reunification of POK with the Republic of India, is a very well-known man called, and he's a very well-known activist from the region, which you are not. Which you are not. You want to run POK from Rawalpindi. And let me tell you this. Who do you represent? Who does Yasir Janjua represent? Who does Uzma Kardar represent? Does she, one minute. Do you, okay, so do you represent the people who have no provisions of food, who have no provisions of drinking water, who have no provisions of medicine? There is almost no electricity. There are no roads. There are no bridges. 70% is without energy infrastructure. There is no major hospital. Name one major hospital. Name one major hospital. एक hospital का नाम बताइए.
मेजर साहब किसको represent कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे?
Name one hospital. Okay. Yasir Janjua, name one major hospital in POK. Name one major hospital in POK.
Arnab Goswami.
One.
Arnab Goswami, although I was wearing earpods, but I had to take them out. मैंने उनको बिल्कुल least volume पे किया है, but you're shouting so much that I probably feel.
I have a reason to shout, and you have a reason to be quiet.
So if
that's
you're
the
conducting
difference.
a program, have some decency. First and foremost, this guy that you are claiming is from Pakistani Kashmir. I want him to tell everybody on this program, where is he located? Where is he talking from? That's the first question.
Okay.
Ask him this question. If he has some morality, tell people where is he located? Where is he calling from?
Yeah,
or where is he joining the program from? Secondly,
okay, second question.
Now, yes, hold on. You were given your chance. If
you
have
asked me
any
a question.
decency
When do you
as
want
a
me
nation,
to respond?
if you have any decency as a nation, you have to start respecting international covenants and international agreements. And by the way,
which is Pakistan should take their pause out of POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan. That is the first.
Hold on. I am talking.
Step.
I was very patiently listening when you were talking. I did not utter a single word.
You're asking me a question.
So you'll get your chance.
I have to answer you.
You'll get your chance.
You're not making
You'll get your chance.
You're not contributing.
You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance. Hold your horses. You'll get your chance. So what I'm saying is, the article that put United Nations resolution into place, by the way, for everyone to know, Pakistan did not go into the United Nations for ceasefire. It was India which went into the United Nations begging for a ceasefire.
And did the United Nations tell you to open a canteen for Osama bin Laden? Did the United Nations tell you to open a dharamshala for Osama bin Laden? You're talking to me.
Listen.
You're talking. No. You listen.
Arnab,
You listen.
Arnab,
No. You listen. Where was Nawaz Sharif hiding? Where was Nawaz Sharif hiding for the last 10 years?
Arnab, I can hear you.
The man on the screen is in the same place where your leader Nawaz Sharif was hiding for 20 years.
And to slap you.
Where was Nawaz Sharif hiding for 20 years? Where was Musharraf hiding till his last day?
The entire Kashmir in 1947, we snatched it from you with irregular soldiers, and it has been with us for 76 years. तुम लोगों में इतना दम है तो आके देखो मर्द के बच्चे तुम्हें जूते मारेंगे.
Jal Bakshi, he's getting excited. Jal Bakshi, he's getting excited. आप तो डेली 100 innocent लोगों को मारते हो पीओके में.
To raise Pakistani flag, आप पाकिस्तान का झंडा लेकर मुजफ्फराबाद में नहीं घूम सकते. आपकी पतलूने उतार देंगे. लेके आओ झंडा पाकिस्तान का. कोटली में लेके आओ, रमला कोट में लेके आओ. अबे चल
मुजफ्फराबाद में बैठे हुए हो. You tell the people if you are.
My point is,
you are not even
Jal Bakshi,
outright rebellion. There's an outright rebellion now on in POK. You can see the anger boiling on the streets. You can see the people up in arms. And if you don't see that, you are blind, congenitally blind. The simple fact of the matter is, the people of POK have arisen in arms. And madam, if you can't see that, you need to get your eyes checked. If you're not cognizant of reality, you are living in La La Land.
You people are living in a delusional world. You're living in a
not only is the legal aspect of our case
anyway, see Uzma ji, I have one question. एक सवाल है मेरी बात सुनिए. अरे जाने से पहले एक तो जवाब दे दीजिए. इरशाद अहमद खान तो कुछ बोल ही नहीं पा रहे आज. मुझे बताइए आज पूरे पाकिस्तान में आटा सब्सिडाइज्ड है. Wheat is subsidized across Pakistan. POK में आटा नहीं है, POK में बिजली नहीं है, POK में पानी नहीं है.
अर्नब जरा सुने,
पीओके में बिजली नहीं है, पीओके में एक अस्पताल नहीं है। आप जवाब दीजिए मुझे, एक अस्पताल का नाम बताइए, एक अस्पताल का नाम बताइए।
के लिए बोलना,
हाँ बोलिए इरशाद जी, बोलिए।
उस्मा जी मैंने बड़ा आराम से सुना,
इरशाद अनायूब,
आधा घंटा आपका शोर शराबा सुना। पहले तो मैं ये आपसे सवाल करूंगा, ये अमजद अयूब मिर्जा साहब जैसे कार्टून को बिठा करके आप आजाद कश्मीर को मजबूत करके और आप लेने वाले हैं। मैं तो बड़ा हैरान हूं कि इनको मैं ढूंढता रहा, लंदन गया हूं, इनके पीछे मुझे मिले नहीं, मुझे देख के छुप गए वहां। जो शख्स अपने लंदन में मुझे देख के छुप जाए वो आके कश्मीर हमसे ले लेगा। पहले तो बात यह है। दूसरी बात यह है, ये जो चूरन चटनी आप कश्मीर का बेच रहे हैं,
ये कार्टून तो आपके 90,000 फौजी थे, 90,000 फौजी जिन्होंने सरेंडर कर दिया, कार्टून तो वो थे।
सुनो, आप एक लम्हे के लिए सुन लो जरा ना,
कार्टून तो वो थे ना 90,000 आपके,
ये जो
जिनके लिए शिमला में जाके आपने भीख मांगी।
आप बात सुने जरा, आप बात सुने अर्नब, एक लम्हा मुझे बोलने,
सुन तो रहा हूं मैं, हाँ बोलिए।
मैं खामोश बैठा हुआ था। दूसरी बात यह है, आप मोदी जी को दिखा रहे थे कि जी आपने इंटरव्यू किया और उन्होंने कहा जी पाकिस्तान को अपने ताले लगा दिए, और फिर इतनी मर्तबा आप राम का नाम नहीं लेते जितनी देर पाकिस्तान का नाम लेते हैं। हर रोज आपका जितने शो देख लें, जितनी मीटिंग्स देख लें, पाकिस्तान
आपको मैं चेतावनी दे रहा हूं, हमारे भगवान का नाम मत लीजिए। आप हिम्मत ना करें राम का नाम लेने का। आप अपनी बातें वापस ले। नॉट, डोंट यू डेयर इरशाद, आप अपनी लक्ष्मण रेखा में रहिए।
आप झूठ लोग,
अरे एक अस्पताल का नाम बताइए पीओके में, एक अस्पताल नहीं बनाया आपने 75 साल में।
मेरे आजाद कश्मीर थे।
अरे तुम बीमार होते हो तो लाहौर में श्री गंगा राम हॉस्पिटल में जाके इलाज करवाते हो, कुछ तो शर्म करो।
And ladies and gentlemen, on the big debate tonight, we have, and this is going to be repeated at 10 o'clock. You can watch the famous Pakistani activist, famous POK activist Amjad Ayub Mirza declare independence and declare the start of a mediation process. He's nominated a person from their side to talk about the reunification with the Republic of India. We'll follow that very closely. Thank you. And moving on, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very fast show tonight. They say old habits die hard. The Congress Party's habit of abusing the Prime Minister, using the most bitter words, is a perfect example. And that is what Mallikarjun Kharge has just done.
Congress has an age-old habit of abusing the Prime Minister and passing bitter remarks against him. From calling him मौत का सौदागर,
सच्चाई है कि आज गुजरात की सरकार चलाने वाले झूठे बेईमानी, डर और मौत के सौदागर हैं,
to comparing him to Hitler. He was labelled as नीच आदमी.
मुझको लगता है कि ये आदमी बहुत नीच किस्म का आदमी है, इसमें कोई सभ्यता नहीं है, और ऐसे मौके पर इस प्रकार की गंदी राजनीति की क्या आवश्यकता है।
After surgical strike, Rahul Gandhi had said that Prime Minister Modi was doing खून की दलाली of army jawans.
जो हमारे जवान हैं, जिन्होंने अपना खून दिया है, जम्मू कश्मीर में जिन्होंने अपना खून दिया है, जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के लिए सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किया है, उनके खून के पीछे आप छुपे हुए हो, उनकी आप दलाली कर रहे हो।
83-year-old Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, while feeling dizzy on stage during a rally in Jammu, said he would stay alive until Prime Minister Narendra Modi is removed from office.
अब मेरे को तो 83 years चल रहे, इतना जल्दी मरने वाला नहीं हूँ। जब तक मोदी को नहीं हटाएंगे तब तक मैं जिंदा ही रहूंगा।
Despite this disgraceful remark, Prime Minister graciously called Kharge to ask about his health. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has called Congress President's remark a bitter display of spite against Prime Minister Modi. Will Congress's bitter remarks against the Prime Minister backfire on it?
The comment, disgraceful comment. जब तक नरेंद्र मोदी को नहीं हटाऊंगा मैं मरने वाला नहीं हूं. Is this a way to talk?
Right.
Is the way you talk? 83-year-old man, Congress president, मैं नहीं मरूंगा उनको नहीं. What is this? Huh? It's really shameful. Anyway, I'll get the reactions here. Sanju is joining us first on a one versus one. Sanju.
Yes. Great to see you back, Arnab.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of quick points to make. I think Amit Shah is absolutely on point when he says that the remarks by Mr. Kharge are disgraceful and distasteful and certainly do not behove a leader of Mr. Kharge's stature. But as they say, Arnab, the apple does not fall far from the tree. And in this case, the apple is Mr. Kharge and the tree is Rahul Gandhi, who keeps peddling his trash about Mohabbat ki dukaan, blah, blah, blah. And look at the visceral hatred which this entire Congress cabal has for Prime Minister Modi. Do you remember a couple of years back, Sonia Gandhi's chopper had crashed. She was traveling along with Ahmed Patel. And Prime Minister Modi actually not only inquired about her well-being, but he sent another chopper to ensure that both of them were brought to safety back to Delhi. A couple of years back, again, Rahul Gandhi faced some nagging issues with his helicopter, and Prime Minister Modi personally called him to inquire about his well-being. And if you recall January 2022, when Prime Minister Modi's cavalcade was stuck for about 20 minutes, barely 15 kilometers away from the Pakistan border at the Bhatinda flyover, there was a massive security breach. All of us were concerned about Prime Minister Modi's safety, security and his well-being. And I clearly remember Rahul Gandhi mocked the Prime Minister. Navjot Singh Sidhu, a close confidant of Priyanka Vadra, said, "Ye to stuntbazi hai." And Charanjit Singh Channi, the then Congress Chief Minister of Punjab, and Rahul Gandhi's confidant said, "Ye to dramebazi hai." So when it comes to Prime Minister Modi's safety and security, be it a Channi, be it an Navjot Sidhu, be it Priyanka Vadra, be it a Kharge, or for that matter, their national IT head, Supriya Srinath, the abhorrent language is driven by just one thing. A, they know that not only 2029, 2034 तक कांग्रेस का दूर-दूर तक सत्ता में आने का कोई चांस ही नहीं है. And second, despite their best efforts, they failed to rein in Narendra Modi, who's become the first Prime Minister in 62 years to take charge at the helm of affairs for the third time in a row. And this is what has rankled them.
Let me try and see what justification is put by Mr. Mika. You see, this is talking like, what is that fellow? It's a Imran Masood kind of language.
Boti kaat denge.
And is there like Rahul Gandhi, danda marenge, Imran Masood, boti, marja Modi, marja tu, this kind of comment.
Vinesh Fogart.
Yeah,
Modi teri kabar khudegi. Yeah. And Vinesh Fogart was sitting.
I could not believe it actually, Mr. Meka. I couldn't believe he could talk like that. Maybe he was not feeling well.
Okay, can I answer, Arnab?
I completely give him the benefit of doubt. Maybe he was not feeling well.
No. So what is wrong? He is in a political rally. Kharge ji has said, okay, don't worry about my health. I'm not going to go away until I dislodge Mr. Narendra Modi from power. What is so abhorrent or indecent about that?
Achha, so in your view, this is the kind of language which should be spoken now. Marunga.
Oh, okay, one second.
Boti, danda marenge. This is in your view, you feel this is right?
I don't see any problem with what Kharge ji has spoken. And I don't need to defend him because it's in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Open.
It was in front of everybody.
What he spoke. And so I agree with you. Yeah, our politics can do better with less caustic language. Oh, yes. We all agree.
So this Congress language, your ally says we would tear Modi to pieces. Rahul Gandhi says danda marenge. Imran Masood says boti. This is the new Congress language.
I want to remind you of one statement, Arnab. Arnab, can I remind you of one statement by Raja Pateria? Raja Pateria, a very senior Congress leader from Madhya Pradesh, in December 2022 said, Narendra Modi ko marne ka waqt aa gaya hai. It is high time Modi gets killed. And when there was a hue and cry across the nation, he said, "मैं नरेंद्र मोदी की बात नहीं कर रहा था. I was talking about Narendra Modi's thinking. वो जिस सोच का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं, मैं तो उस सोच के बारे में कह रहा था." Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogart, who are now the newly minted poster boy and poster girl of Haryana elections under the Congress banner, they were applauding. When Modi Teri Kabar Khudegi slogans were being raised with brazen impunity. I just want to ask one thing. What Arnab said, Rahul Gandhi in the run-up to 2024 Lok Sabha election said, यदि मोदी वापस आ गया ना, तो मैं कहता हूं आपको, ये जो देश की जनता नहीं, जो देश के युवा है ना, ये आकर खूब पिटाई करेंगे नरेंद्र मोदी की. Is this the kind of language that a man who aspires to be the Prime Minister of the country someday is supposed to be using against the incumbent Prime Minister of the country?
I think Shyam is not agreeing with the position of Kharge, and I completely respect him for that tonight. He's just equally upset, and all of us would be, Shyam. I'm with you in this. Who would be happy?
For myself, right?
I couldn't believe it. I give Kharge benefit of doubt. He was not feeling well. He was not in his elements. So he said something which is wrong.
Could you give this benefit of doubt? Had this statement been made by another senior BJP leader?
No, but given the fact that he felt dizzy, he was falling unconscious, he was not feeling well, he had to be almost taken off the stage. You have to, right?
Oh, so Kharge has to be given the benefit of doubt. Rahul Gandhi, who uses abhorrent language, has to be given the benefit of doubt.
No, I didn't say Rahul Gandhi. I said, I didn't say, I said he said a wrong thing.
Given the benefit of doubt. The likes of Digvijay Singh and Raja Kateria, Imran Masood have to be given the benefit of doubt.
Absolutely not.
Akhilesh Yadav said.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. To the contrary, they can't be given the benefit of doubt. You should have seen the loaded sarcasm in my comment. You see, the thing is, I say Shyam is feeling, he's a decent man at the end of the day. He would never use this kind of language. I can see that. And it's great to see you too, Sanju and Shyam. Thank you very much for that. And ladies and gentlemen, taking a short break. And the important point we need to come back with tonight is this group of woke people. Over the last few days, they've gone totally crazy. They believe they are the Hezbollah. They believe they are the Hamas. They believe they are the Houthi. Will these people tomorrow believe they are the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Dawood Ibrahim supporters as well? What's going on? I can understand some people in Lebanon, misguided people, or the West Bank supporting the Hamas and Hezbollah. What's going wrong in our country? Why have some people turned into Hezbollah lovers? When I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Director, the taste of success.
I don't care for no songs and proses. I don't care for no sweet boys with roses. All I want is a touch of love.
The second test of the two-match test series between India and Bangladesh at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur has been ravaged by rain. Only 35 overs of the first innings have been bowled in the test match as the first 3 days have been affected by rain. Day 2 and Day 3 of the test match were called off without a single ball being bowled. With only one session played in 3 days, a draw between India and Bangladesh seems the most likely scenario. India currently have a 1-0 lead in the test series, but a draw could turn out to be detrimental for their chances of advancing to the World Test Championship final. India currently sit at the top of the WTC ladder, but Rohit Sharma and co.'s quest to qualify for the WTC final has been hindered by the rain-affected second test. With a draw likely, India's path to the WTC final becomes even more challenging. Here are all the scenarios of India's road to the WTC final. There are just 2 days remaining in the Kanpur test and the result is unlikely. But if we do get complete play in these 2 days and India manages to beat Bangladesh in the second test match, their path to WTC final.
started my campaigning. महबूबा जी ने अपने सारे engagements cancel किए. मैं यहाँ इसलिए आई क्योंकि लोग मेरा वेट कर रहे थे. But our hearts are heavy. हमारे दिल में बहुत दर्द है. आप जानते हैं नसरुल्लाह साहब ने जहाँ भी आज़ाब शिकस्त जुल्म हो रहा था, खास तौर से गाजा में, उनने उन लोगों के लिए लड़ा जो उनके थे भी नहीं. He wasn't even from there. So our hearts are heavy.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
I don't care for no songs and proses. I don't care for no sweet boys with roses. I'm too busy, baby, making plans on how to get me one of them manly men. All I want is a touch of love.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Co-powered by Jaguar Bath & Light.
The second test of the 2-match test series between India and Bangladesh at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur has been ravaged by rain. Only 35 overs of the first innings have been bowled in the test match as the first 3 days have been affected by rain. Day 2 and Day 3 of the test match were called off without a single ball being bowled. With only one session played in 3 days, a draw between India and Bangladesh seems the most likely scenario. India currently have a 1-0 lead in the test series, but a draw could turn out to be detrimental for their chances of advancing to the World Test Championship final. India currently sit at the top of the WTC ladder, but Rohit Sharma and co.'s quest to qualify for the WTC final has been hindered by the rain-affected second test. With a draw likely, India's path to the WTC final becomes even more challenging. Here are all the scenarios of India's road to the WTC final.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and it's time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. If you've been watching what's been going on between Israel, Hezbollah, Hamas and now Houthi, then you must also have noticed that there is a growing bunch of people in India who are absolutely in some kind of an absolutely deep admiration and love for these terrorist groups. For these individuals, it does not matter that these are terrorist groups, that they rape and murder at will. It does not matter they are not recognized by the United Nations. All that matters to them, they feel, is that these are people who are fighting for an Islamist cause. It does not matter what methods they use. All that matters is that Israel is a Jewish country and Hezbollah is an Islamist force. All that matters to them is that Netanyahu is Jewish. And anything and anybody who is Jewish has no right to exist as far as they are concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are people in our country who support this kind of terrorist philosophy, this terrorist thinking, then imagine what a threat they are. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just one fundamental question tonight to the Hezbollah lovers in India and across the world, to the Hamas lovers, to all those people who are in a deep, deep relationship, symbiotic, parasitic relationship with these terrorist groups. There is a country which has over $1 trillion GDP, a country whose economy has grown by 70% in the last 10 years, a country which spans 470 kilometers in length and 135 kilometers across at its widest point, a country with the third largest GDP in the Middle East, only behind Saudi Arabia and Turkey. Despite everything, this country is called Israel. And these terrorist groups say that this country and its people have no right to exist. And their philosophy is simple. We must attack, we must terrorize, we must bomb, we must do everything at will. But if Israel hits back, we must cry out loud. We must start crying out loud and wail and cry and scream and complain so much and seek sympathy among the woke people of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening globally in terms of the woke support for the terrorists is something we should be all concerned about. But I'm also concerned about the fact that some people in India are taking a line which indirectly would make them support the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed. So the question Mehbooba Mufti should be asked is that, do you understand what is a nation and what is not? What is a state actor and what is a non-state actor? A non-state actor, a terrorist group, ladies and gentlemen, like the Al-Qaeda, like the Hezbollah, like the Jaish-e-Mohammed, like the Hamas, like the Indian Mujahideen, like the Houthi. These are terrorist groups, plain and simple. These are not countries. And if Iran is trying to hide behind these terrorist groups to fight a proxy battle with Israel, then in my view, Israel has every right to directly target and attack Iran in turn. And I think it could come to that. Ladies and gentlemen, what if this becomes the norm? What if the tables were to be turned? I asked the Hamas lovers, I asked the Hezbollah lovers, I asked all those people in a deep platonic and relationship of admiration with the terrorist groups of the world, what do they want? Do they want a modern day crusade? What if the tables are turned? What if this were to happen? In the other side, why did Rishi Sunak say recently that extremist groups in the UK are trying to tear us apart? Ask a clear question. If every Islamist group and every country that has a pro-Islamist line were to believe that every other country where Islam is not the prominent religion, or where an Islamist ideology is not encouraged, should be bombed out of existence, then let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what if Azerbaijan were to launch a massive strike against Armenia tomorrow? Would Armenia have no right to defend itself because it is a Christian country? What if the United Kingdom were to come under attack? What did we do when we were attacked in Pulwama? Did we not strike back with Balakot? You see, viewers, we have to be absolutely clear out here. If people are trying to put religious overtones to what is a terrorist issue, then all the people who say terrorism has no religion must remember their own words. And that is my fundamental point tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Watch very closely and understand why we need to support Israel completely. As I come to you with this broadcast, I got news 35 minutes back that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has had a long conversation with Netanyahu. We must remember today, there are still hostages and children and women who are being held hostage by these same terrorists. And who are the leaders? The person who is the so-called leader of the Hezbollah who was killed was living in a bunker many stories down, many stories under the earth. He was living in hiding. He was not the elected leader of a government that was recognized anywhere in the world. So I think what Netanyahu is doing is absolutely clear and very, very important. It's the same kind of line that we took when we struck Pakistan at Balakot. So to all the Hezbollah and Hamas lovers in India, a straight question must be asked to them tonight, especially to people like Mehbooba Mufti. Did you support the Indians bombing the Pakistani terrorist group's bases in Balakot? If you did so then, if you really did so then you have no option but to support Netanyahu now. Let's debate.
After Srinagar, Lucknow, hundreds of people took to streets to protest the killing of Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah, flashing their mobile torches, carrying banners. The protesters were also seen torching posters of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. When Nasrallah was taken down in Beirut after IDF's heavy pounding, Mehbooba Mufti in Jammu and Kashmir cancelled her campaign ahead of the polls. Standing in solidarity with Hassan Nasrallah and martyrs of Gaza is what she said. Her daughter going one up, calling Nasrallah Sahab.
आप जानते हैं नसरुल्लाह साहब ने जहां भी आज़ाब शिकस्त जुल्म हो रहा था, खास तौर से गाजा में, उनने उन लोगों के लिए लड़ा जो उनके थे भी नहीं.
While the BJP is mincing no words,
ये एक बड़ा आतंकी था जिसके कारण से पूरे विश्व में एक आतंक का माहौल बना हुआ था और इससे साफ ये जाहिर हो जाता है कि ये आतंकियों के समर्थक रहे हैं. 30 साल से जिसने इस प्रकार का माहौल बनाया हुआ था, आज घड़ियाली आंसू ये बहा रहे. ये इनका भी एक कंपटीशन है कि कौन देश के खिलाफ खुल करके बोलेगा और इन लोगों का समर्थन करेगा.
I mean, do you feel the pain for a human being killed, irrespective of their religion, or do you feel the pain only when it is related to one religion and not another? And Ms. Mehbooba Mufti and Mr. Omar Abdullah, with their statements, are now clearly pointing to or informing the world on which side they are standing.
From India's foreign policy perspective, Israel is a friend. And while India wants a two-state solution, our sympathies do not lie with terror organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah. Ironically, the protests come on a day when Head Constable Bashir Ahmed of the Jammu and Kashmir Police was martyred in a counter-terror operation in Kathua. Question is, why no protests for the brave Ahmed, but such outpouring of sympathies for Nasrallah?
My first guest is from Israel tonight. And I had a guest from Lebanon as well, Marwa Osmana. She had broken down when she got the news that the Hezbollah chief had been killed on television. When she heard, she broke down. And she was supposed to come on my program, but I don't think she agrees with our view that terrorist groups should be targeted. I have, however, with me, so she walked out, Professor Eitan Gilboa, Professor of International Relations at Bar-Ilan University in Israel. Professor Gilboa, thank you for joining us. Now, at this point, what is the strategic objective of Netanyahu? We just heard that Prime Minister Modi had a conversation with him on the phone. When he's saying we must go ahead with full force, what is his next strategic objective?
The main strategic objective of Israel has been since the attack of Hamas on Israel about a year ago, atrocities that this terrorist organization committed against Israeli civilians. And the head of the snake is Iran. Iran has established a ring of fire against Israel. This is not my term, this is their term. So they took over Lebanon. Lebanon was one of the finest Arab countries and converted it into a proxy. They completely destroyed that state. Then they have established a military relationship with the Houthis, and they have pro-Iranian militias in Syria and Iraq, and Hamas in Gaza. So this was like the ring of fire. So the Israeli strategy from the beginning was to break that ring of fire, destroy the military capabilities of Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and the pro-Iranian militias. So Israel is fighting on about 7 fronts, if we include also the West Bank and other places. And this has been very difficult. It has taken almost a year, and still it's incomplete. When we talk about Lebanon, so in the last 2 weeks, Israel killed the entire military echelon of Hezbollah, and also is destroying almost on daily basis their huge arsenal of missiles, drones, rockets. They were believed to have 150 such weapons. Israel destroyed possibly about 50% of it, so there's much more work to do. There are some talks in Israel that this would not be enough to return about 80,000 Israelis who were evacuated from the northern part of the country due to targeting of homes in their areas by Hezbollah. And they have done that from hills, a few kilometers from the border. These are from there you can fire at homes. Hezbollah has been claiming that they only fire at military installations, and this has been a lie. They were targeting.
But will you go after Iran, or will you stop at this?
What do you do with Iran?
Yes.
Well, Iran should have been dealt a long time ago because it wants to establish a Shiite hegemony in the entire Middle East. It is intimidating the Arab, Sunni, Persian Gulf countries. Everywhere there is a Shiite community. They are trying to convert them into an Iranian proxy. This is exactly what happened in Yemen. Israel has nothing to do with Yemen. Has nothing to do with Iran. Has nothing to do with Iraq. We don't even have a joint borders with them. They were all cultivated and recruited to attack Israel, to destroy Israel. You mentioned that in your introduction. Iran has been saying time and again that they want to eliminate Israel, and this elimination they want in order to completely dominate the entire Middle East. It's not clear what Iran is going to do given the destruction, the increasing destruction of their proxies and bases due to the war. It's not clear, but obviously if they try to attack Israel, they will find Israel attacking them, and the United States as well. The United States has deployed a huge military capability in the Red Sea, in the Mediterranean, and they have said time and again that if Iran were to attack Israel, a major attack like the one Israel and the United States and some Arab Sunni members, anti-Iran Sunni countries, they have intercepted a major Iranian attack on Israel back on April 14. 300 missiles, all kinds of missiles and drones Iran launched against Israel. They were all intercepted. So the main concern here is on some expansion of the war if Iran were to participate. So Israel is not interested in an expansion, in an expanded war. Neither Hezbollah and Iran. Iran said it is not interested. But we know from experience, I'm a professor of international relations, when all the actors are not interested, you need just one incident, you need one spark to start a major war. So everyone is now trying to prevent that kind of a larger war. But Israel will have to continue with the destruction of those weapons, including perhaps a very limited land incursion into southern Lebanon, simply to eliminate those hills I mentioned earlier from which Hezbollah fighters are shooting at villages and towns very close to the border.
Well, right now, I think Iran is totally on the back foot. But you can never say which way things will go. There's pressure on them to respond as well. I'm sure that Israel has factored that in. Professor, thank you very much for joining us. And I will now open this up for voting. It's a controversial subject, but I will ask you, do you support Israel or do you support the Hamas/Hezbollah? Now, this is the question. I repeat it again tonight. I'd like to see the percentage on the screen. I want to know which way you stand. Do you support Israel or do you support Hamas/Hezbollah? Right? That's as clear a poll as possible. Now, I'm sure nobody supports a terrorist group, do they? Ahmad Ayaz will not support a terrorist group like Hezbollah. Neither will Atikur Rahman support a terrorist group like Hamas. Neither will the Congress party Sheikh Hamir support a terrorist group like the Houthi. You don't want gentlemen to be seen as terrorist supporters. I'm sure you don't want to be seen to be terrorist supporters. Right?
Sure.
You won't support Al-Qaeda.
Sure.
You won't support Jaish-e-Mohammed. You will not support Indian Mujahideen.
What pains me, Arnab?
Yes.
What pains me, Arnab, that a person like you, a very, very democratic person like you, supporting a terrorist state like Israel, occupied post. It's occupying Palestine since 1948, and you are supporting Israel. This pains me more than anything else.
Yeah, I support Israel because I support a nation state. Unlike you, I don't support the Jaish-e-Mohammed. If you support the Hezbollah, that means you support Hafiz Saeed also. You understand that?
Okay. Hezbollah
there is no difference between Hafiz Saeed and Nasrullah.
In Lebanon.
You get my point?
In its parliament, it has members, elected members. And
I'm sure Hafiz Saeed will also say I have elected leadership.
No, Pakistan is a failed state. If you want to mix up the things, it's your choice.
So
but
Pakistan is a failed state, but a non-state, but as a failed state has the right to use non-state actors.
Unnecessarily telling us that
you're confused.
We are not the supporters of Hamas or Hezbollah. We are the supporters of the cause for Gaza and Palestine.
You don't even have the guts to say you're a Hezbollah supporter.
We support Gaza and the cause for Palestine. Please, the Indian government would support.
I can't get here. Abhijit Iyer Mitra is on the debate. Viewers, we are opening up the debate versus Abhijit Iyer Mitra. The moment you go a little deeper, Abhijit, there is this sense of discomfort. They don't know the way things will go. They want to say they support an ideology. But the moment you ask them, do you support this terrorist or that terrorist? By this logic, you could be supporting Al-Qaeda ideology. Atik?
But by that logic, you are supporting the RSS.
You are supporting the ISIS too by that logic.
What Taliban was to Afghanistan, RSS is to India.
Calm down. We are opening it up. Okay, we are opening it up. We're democratic here. 85% of the people on the poll are supporting Israel. 15%, I don't know which 15%. I don't know which 15% is supporting Hamas here.
Why are you
Arnab, just 30 seconds for...
okay, we are opening it up. Ratan Sharda jumps in. Ratan Sharda.
Yeah, see, it's very interesting that our Muslim scholars say that Israel has occupied Palestine since 1948. It is strange that, actually not strange, that Islamic scholars think there was no history before Islam was born. Israel existed, Jews existed before Islam was born. And the way Jews were butchered and killed because they refused to become prophets' followers is very well known in history. The way there were exodus and the way they came back. So do those indigenous people of that land have no right to exist? All the Arabic countries, all the Muslim world has been trying to destroy Israel from 1948 itself. And when the land is given to displaced Palestinians, these Arabians that have supporters don't even allow Gaza. Those people to live peacefully. They keep on instigating. Why are you upset? Let me complete. So same people have been instigating Palestinians and others to keep on getting themselves destroyed, to somehow destroy Israel. The big countries have no heart to fight Israel because they know we have to coexist. But they make these scapegoats of Palestine to pay through their blood, through their bodies, because they want to keep on harassing Jews. Because as per their own religion, Jews are the worst kind of people to live in the world, and they don't right to exist.
The point is about the right to exist. Exactly, Ratan Sharda. The point is, if you start having this
should I respond?
No.
Arnab ji, should I respond?
You should respond. You should respond, but for me to help you channelize your response. Please understand, today if Mehbooba Mufti is cancelling her election campaign in solidarity with the killing of Hassan Nasrallah, she is also then in solidarity with Osama bin Laden. For votes, she will do that. She will support the people who want to carry out Ghazwa-e-Hind.
Don't see it in...
She will support the people who want to carry out Ghazwa-e-Hind.
Don't...
Her daughter says, we are in great, our hearts are heavy for Nasrullah Sahab. It's the same way in which Digvijay Singh referred to Osama bin Laden. See, there has to be a limit to shamelessness.
No,
Ahmad
Arnab ji need to be...
Ahmad Ayaz.
Arnab ji need to be slightly seen largerly. Need to be seen slightly largerly. Maybe the...
Did the Kashmiri Pandits have a right to exist? Did the Kashmiri Pandits have a right to exist? I'm sorry. No, 1 minute. One minute. Did the Kashmiri Pandits have a right to exist?
Yes.
Do the Israelis have a right to exist? But not in their own land.
Nobody is against them. Nobody is against them. Let them. Let them.
Don't be a hypocrite, Ahmad Ayaz.
Who is
you hate the Israelis.
Nobody.
You hate the Israelis.
No, I'm not.
You're anti-Semitic.
I'm not. Please settle them.
You're anti-Semitic.
Please settle them. Why don't you settle them?
Settle whom?
Please settle them.
No. You want to unsettle the Israelis? Ask me a question tonight. No, Atikur Rahman is on the debate. I want to know whether Israel has a right to exist. Let Atikur Rahman say Israel has a right to exist. No. You say Israel has a right to exist.
We support the two-nation state. Israel has every right.
No, there's a when you say Israel, there's a problem.
Nobody accepts the right to
Israel, there's a problem. That's an issue.
Hamas and Hezbollah don't support the two-nation state. They believe it from river to the
Atikur Rahman, Abhijit is also on the debate. Abhijit and Atikur Rahman are on the debate, ladies and gentlemen. Voting is on.
You support a two-state
two versus.
But Hezbollah and Hamas do not. They want the whole of the land.
Abhijit Ayar Mitra is on the debate. Abhijit.
Why are they supporting Hamas and Hezbollah when they don't want the two-state solution?
As the Palestinians have every right to exist. What Israel is doing is they want to wipe out Gaza. They want to wipe out the Palestinians and they have taken a
Hello, Ati, they weren't occupying Gaza. Till 7th October, Gaza was completely free. Till 7th October, there was no occupation of Gaza. फिर आके क्यों मारा लोगों को? Till 7th October, there was no this thing.
Don't whip up the passion. Israel has every right to exist.
Straightforward answer. Till 7th October, there was no Israeli occupation of Gaza. Why did they come out of Gaza, kill, rape thousands of women, children and men?
No, you are talking of the secondary aspect of it. You talk of the first aspect, what Arnab.
Murder of 1,200 people is a secondary aspect, is it?
Every right to exist. I repeat myself, the Israelis have every right to have a nation. In the same manner you say that the Palestinians have
first of all, Atikur, your audio is not correct.
Your audio is terrible.
Your audio is terrible. Your audio is terrible. Atikur Rahman, I'll have to fix your audio. Producers will fix this.
Take it forward. I will take it forward from Atikur.
See what happens.
No, I will take it forward from Atikur.
Just because, Ahmad Ayaz, or what is happening globally now? You say that all these terrorist groups have a right to attack everybody, kill everybody, rape everybody, just attack everybody across the world. And we don't forget what happened on October 7th. You should be ashamed of yourself.
We don't say that.
You people should be ashamed of yourself for supporting the rapists during the October 7th attack. No.
They celebrated 7th October.
You celebrated.
Israel.
Did you not celebrate 7th October?
No. Let you listen now.
Go to social media, find out.
Arnab, we don't say that. See, point is maybe somebody is playing politics. We don't know about that. But the point is, anything happening in Palestine or what you call it, Iran, definitely just because Iran being an Islamic republic and that anybody standing against Israel, I think the whole Muslim world will support. If not the whole Muslim world, but at least
why are you
people in
making it a
Jammu
Muslim
Kashmir.
world issue and then you say terrorism has no religion?
Because there is
No, I don't understand this logic. Why do you make it a Muslim world issue? Why do you make it a Muslim versus non-Muslim issue? Why are you making it a Muslim versus non-Muslim issue?
It is because Israel is were given some space by the Palestinian. It was.
Are you saying Hezbollah is fighting for Muslims? Are you saying Hezbollah, Hamas and Houthi is fighting for all Muslims?
Israel, no.
Are you saying so?
Israel has.
Are you saying Hamas, Houthi and Hezbollah represent Muslims?
Invaded Lebanon twice.
Poor Palestinians.
Israel invaded Lebanon in 1978, then in 1982, and now they have occupied Gaza. And nobody will react. They will be reacting.
Does he condemn the misuse of funds
Israel
given by international community to Palestinians and Israelis to politicians used for digging tunnels and attacking Israel? Are you happy with it? Or do you criticize misuse of funds? Misuse of funds to keep Palestinians hungry and attack Israel with putting that money to invest into tunnels? Please tell me. Is this your support to poor people? Is this support to Palestinians? Why not keep your head down? Please speak up. See, no answer at all. These people don't open their mouth when the Rose Shias are killed in the street.
Ratan Sharda, you need to get to the history. Ratan Sharda, you need to get to the history. How did Hezbollah came about? How did Israel came about? Because Israel was asked made to settle down under the international pressure.
You did not support
and then they did not limit themselves to the space they were allotted. They tried to invade Lebanon. They tried to occupy Gaza, and there is no option otherwise for the people to defend themselves.
Abhijit,
they are now standing against Israel.
I have a very simple question, Ayaz ji. You said how Hezbollah came about. Which part of Lebanon is under occupation right now?
No, I am telling you Gaza. Because in 1978 they were invaded.
How
in 1982 they were invaded.
You asked the question.
Now the Lebanon invaded by the
One minute. No, very good question. Abhijit Iyer Mitra is spot on here. Please understand. You see this argument, my land has been taken away, my homes have been taken away, Israel has taken our homes away, we have nowhere to live, we have been occupied. For God's sake, admit it or not tonight, the occupying force is Hezbollah. And Hezbollah is occupying Lebanon. Which part of Lebanon has been occupied till now by Israel? Not one word. You see, you want to make it a Muslim, non-Muslim issue.
What about Gaza?
What about?
Now we shift goalposts.
No. Okay. Let me ask you
Gaza,
this.
Which part of Gaza was occupied on the 7th of October?
No, before the 7th of October, which part of Gaza had been unsettled?
No, has the Lebanon not been invaded? No, has the Lebanon not been invaded in 1978? Or even 1982?
No, 1 minute. See, okay, so
Lebanon was a Christian democracy.
Can I come in for a moment? I want to know whether the Hezbollah would like to turn Lebanon into a Muslim country.
See, Hezbollah.
No. I want to know whether Lebanon has been asked by Iran to occupy large parts. The Hezbollah has been asked by Iran to occupy large parts of Lebanon, and there is a relationship between them. I want to know whether under the Hezbollah, Lebanon will be a secular country. If Nasrullah had not been killed, you put him in charge of, completely in charge of Lebanon, would he have turned it into a secular country? And I want to ask you, what do you people have to do with Hezbollah and Hamas? आप भारत में बैठे हैं. You should follow India's foreign policy. It seems no.
Do you know Arnab?
Okay. No, simple question tonight. Simple question. Abhijit, I must reiterate the question. One minute. This, see, listen to me. I one question and I'll be quiet.
I'll tell you.
No. Ahmad Ayaz, listen. Ahmad Ayaz, अपनी वफादारी रखिए अपने पासपोर्ट को लेकर. वफादारी रखिए अपने पासपोर्ट की तरफ. भारत का पासपोर्ट लेते हैं और सोच आपकी हिजबुल्लाह की है. हिजबुल्लाह की पासपोर्ट तो नहीं है ना आपकी. आपको हिजबुल्लाह की पासपोर्ट है, हमास की पासपोर्ट है. Do you have a Hamas passport? Do you have a Houthi passport? Do you have a Hezbollah passport? भारतीय पासपोर्ट है तो भारतीय फॉरेन पॉलिसी पे विश्वास करिए. No, your allegiance is to
Bangladesh very recently. Did you carry the passport of the Bangladesh?
क्या? What are you saying? क्या बोला? Carry passport of Bangladesh? Why should I carry?
Very recently, when the Hasina sit up down and there was an excesses caused to the Hindus there in Bangladesh. Why did you cry about that? Did you also hold the passport of the Bangladesh? What was the relation? When it was a country to country, what was the relation in between?
Listen to me. I was not.
Tell me. Convince me.
Then keep quiet, I'll speak. Hindu homes and temples were burnt. Were you celebrating? When they were being burnt, why were you quiet? Why were you quiet, Ahmad Ayaz? You were celebrating when Hindu homes were burnt, when Hindu women were in Bangladesh. You didn't know? Even now.
No, I did not. No, nobody celebrated. No, nobody celebrated.
Don't be a hypocrite.
Nobody celebrated it. Arnab, nobody celebrated it.
I want to know what is your foreign policy.
Nobody celebrated it.
No, 1 minute. The world.
Tell me where it was celebrated.
You want to divide the world into Muslim and non-Muslim world.
Let me come in, Arnab.
Where do you stand then? Your foreign policy.
There is already a Muslim world and it is all.
But your foreign policy is of the OIC or India.
Divided. There are Muslims, there are non-Muslims, it is everywhere.
Did you? Oh, really? And let me ask Sheikh Hamir, did Congress, which has supported the Palestinian, mention the 7th October attack in which there were gang rapes and murders even once in its resolution?
Not once.
You think we don't notice? भारत के लोग देखते नहीं हैं, पढ़ते नहीं हैं.
Priyanka Gandhi,
please don't interrupt. I was patiently listening to you. The problem with you is you are mixing apples and oranges and expecting to make a banana shake.
See, don't make these stupid motherhood comments. Just come to the point. You know what? Banana shake. I'm discussing a serious issue. What is this? What is this level of argument?
Listen to me. October 7 attack was, yes, it was not justifiable.
What was the attack? Can you talk about it a little bit? Jaldi se, don't move on. Describe what happened.
But do you...
Describe what happened. Describe what happened. शर्म आती है. Describe October 7th को हुआ क्या था? हमास ने क्या था? बताइए.
If you allow me to talk.
Yeah, I will allow you to talk, but you have to tell me.
You don't have courage to listen.
No, but why don't you tell me? Say no. What happened on October 7th?
October 7 attack was. I want to justify that.
What attack?
But do you justify?
No. What attack? What attack? No. What about mat karo? What attack? What happened on October 7th? Should I show you the pictures? Should I show you the pictures?
Libraries, schools, and do you justify the bombarding of areas which were declared by Israeli military as safe?
Talk about what happened on 7th October. We will talk about everything under the sun. Banana, milkshake, oranges and apples, but not what happened on 7th October.
Directly shooting them in the head. So don't tell me about the Indian Muslims protesting and you just declared them as anti-nationals. When protests were erupted in Varanasi, in Maharashtra, in UP, people were protesting against the atrocities happening in Bangladesh. What do you call that? Do you justify that? Yes, I was against the atrocities. I was against the brutal atrocities happening in Bangladesh against the Hindus, whether you were talking about the temples were destroyed, the people who got killed. Yes, I was. But how can you justify killing of 40,000 people? How can you justify killing of 15,000 small children? How can you justify Israeli military blocking aid, killing paramedicals?
These are all Hamas
blocking
numbers.
aid and using water and food. Using water and food as
Okay, I
As
want
a
to ask you.
war
I want to ask you.
That is a lie. That is an outright lie. Israel has not stopped food or water. The only people who are not able to deliver it are the UN inside. You go check out the UN statistics even on their own website. Please stop spreading misinformation.
You are actually
Israel
hurting
has
the
neither
sentiments
stopped
of
food nor
the
have they
largest
stopped water.
minority of India, that is Muslims.
Complete
You care about
lies.
the Jews of
Utter
Israel
lies.
and you don't care about your own citizens, which
This
actually
blood
is the
libel.
largest
Blood libel
minority
of the
in
worst
India.
kind. Anti-Semitic blood libel. This is what caused the Holocaust. This is what causes the pogroms against Jews.
Tons of rubble were created there in the Palestine.
Okay, I'll ask
Israeli committed war crimes. It's a criminal state. It's a criminal state. Which, yes, I condemn.
Listen, listen, Sheikh,
Yeah.
listen. Now I want to, Sheikh Amir, let me tell you something. Your leader, Rahul Gandhi, has he made a single comment about the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh? No. Has he supported the Palestinians? Yes. Has he mentioned what the Hamas did in the October 7th attack? Not once. Secondly, Sheikh, you got your facts wrong. You should first try to understand who is killing the children. It is the Houthis, the Islamist terrorist Houthis. They put mines. Listen to me now. Now listen. No, listen to me now. Now listen to me. Have the courage to listen. 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 Sheikh, listen. Landmines, improvised explosive devices which have been put in farmlands, wells. You know, when children in Yemen, when they go to play football, they get killed because of the Houthis' landmines, and the Houthis are asked, they say nothing happens. A larger cause, let the children die. And you are talking about children being killed. On 27 July, 12 civilians, all of them small children, were killed in the attack on Majd al-Shams in the occupied Golan Heights. 63,000 people were evacuated. You want me to believe that that was human rights? And you don't have the courage, to say that the Hamas are mass rapists. Did the Hamas carry out mass rape? Did the Hamas carry out mass rape on October 7th?
You must actually be human first, which you are not taking actually.
Every state has the right to defend itself.
Is rape resistance?
Answer the question. Put the voting on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Is rape resistance?
Is rape resistance?
See, I just said
it's a very direct question. I don't know why you're fumbling. I asked you a direct question. Is rape a nonsense question?
It is a nonsense question. Is rape resistance? What is this nonsense?
See, because he believes rape is resistance. He believes raping Jewish women is resistance.
Why were Jewish women raped on October 7th?
Raped by Israeli military.
Why were
Congress spokesperson is saying that rape is resistance?
Private parts. What are you talking about? You are lying on the national television. You need to stand up.
Is rape resistance? It's a direct question. Answer it directly. It's a simple yes or no answer.
They have right to exist. They have right to exist.
Is rape
you don't
resistance?
behave like human. You don't act like human.
Is rape resistance? Is rape resistance? Congress spokesman believes
Palestinian children were shot dead by sniper. Were terrorists hiding in hospitals, in schools, in libraries, and the safe zones which are declared by Israeli military, that they declared safe zones.
Tell me one thing, Sheikh. Tell me one thing. Do you believe? Okay, I have a question for Sheikh. With a minute, ladies and gentlemen. 98% supporting Israel. Sheikh, listen to me. When we hammered in Balakot, when we hit the base of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, what did the Pakistanis say? They said, no, nothing happened. They said the Indians are targeting civilians.
Pakistan is the enemy state for us.
No, Pakistan is enemy state for
Pakistan
you. Did we have a right? Did we have the right to target Jaish-e-Mohammed?
Yes, we have right to
anybody. Then does Israel have a right to target Hezbollah? Why are you crying for Hezbollah? Why are you crying for Hezbollah?
We support the Palestinian cause.
No, I am asking, don't hide behind Palestinian cause. Tell me, Hezbollah is not Palestinian.
There is a perpetual
Hezbollah is not Palestinian. Don't lie on national television. Hezbollah is not Palestinian. Don't hide behind the word Palestinian cause.
Since many decades.
Don't hide behind the word Palestinian cause. Do you support Hezbollah?
Yes, I support their cause.
So Congress supports Hezbollah.
What is their cause?
That's it now. We need nothing else now. Congress party supports Hezbollah.
Congress party supports.
Says we support the Hezbollah cause.
Party supports.
Israeli
Believes rape is resistance. Congress party believes it's okay to shower rockets and drones on innocent people living their lives. Congratulations. What a fantastic party.
So tell me
Israel
one thing.
doesn't give a damn
Sheikh,
to
Sheikh,
your
listen.
sitting
Sheikh, listen.
supporting Israel
Sheikh,
just
Sheikh,
hurting
listen.
the sentiments of your own people.
Pakistan denies giving any assistance
you are
to
hurting the
Jaish-e
more than
Mohammed.
20 crore Muslims
Pakistan
on your
denies.
arm.
Don't make it a Muslim non-Muslim issue. Don't make it a Muslim non-Muslim issue.
It is.
Don't make it a Muslim non-Muslim issue. You make everything. You can't. You are the people who say terrorism has no religion.
You're not thinking.
Atikur Rahman, stop him. Don't make it a Muslim non-Muslim issue. It's a case of terrorism. It's a pure and simple case of terrorism, Ahmad
Yes,
Ayaz.
right. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a criminal state.
Terrorism by definition.
But here, Arnab, here it is not. We don't see it from that point of view.
Why don't you read the basic 101 of
It has to be seen from the point of view that Iran is talking about it, and the Hassan had stood against the Israel. So we see it from that point of view.
I'll tell you what point of view you see it through. You see it through the same point of view with which you argue that Afzal Guru should not have been hanged. You don't look at what Afzal Guru did. You only look at his religion.
No, that is Umar
No.
He must have seen some merits. He must have seen some merits in it. Or he must have been against the capital punishment. I think it was within those 2 points. Not beyond that.
But Abdullahs know more than Supreme Court, and PDP knows more than Supreme Court whether Afzal Guru or Burhanwari are terrorists or not. That is the stance. Are you hiding behind these kind of politicians?
No, but there again,
have no faith in Supreme Court?
There is.
And I'm asking again.
The cases can ever be reviewed. It is not that it is a shut case. It can be reviewed also. If they have a case, they have a merit, they can point out.
Your Abdullah family didn't allow Shias to come to Kashmir, did not give them citizenship. Is this your humanity? Your humanity stops at Nigeria, where the girls are killed because they are studying, they want to get educated.
They are not above the law. We don't say they are above the law. But if they see legally, there is rationally, there is some point in it, they can raise it, they can seek review. There is nothing wrong with it. Before the same Supreme Court, they can seek the review. If there is some merit, we don't know about it.
But they kill women because they don't wear niqab. That is okay with you? Have women no right in Iran? That is fine with you? You think that killing the women for not wearing niqab is fine? That is the Iran you are supporting just because. And the people in Valley who want to kill Shias, who have been attacking Shias, today your heart bleeds for same Shias. Where is your logic? Where is the rationale? You talk of rationality?
No.
Simple.
Please.
Atik.
Don't get into anything. Don't bring the Shia Sunni in between. Muslim means Muslim. It is not Shia versus Sunni. Please don't try to take it in that direction. Please don't do that.
Whether in Africa or Middle East? No. Your love is only because you want to see Israel.
The point is, Atik.
You don't allow Jews to exist.
No, Atik, I think what we are seeing here tonight is a strong display of strength and power by Israel. And I would request Atikur Rahman, Sheikh and Ahmad Ayaz to follow the Indian foreign policy line and not the Hamas line, the Houthi line, the Hezbollah line. Listen to me, Atik. Your foreign policy persuasion must be driven by national interest, not by your known affinity with Zakir Naik and Hezbollah supporters. I know you are a Zakir Naik supporter. Now listen to me.
That's your point of view.
It's not my problem. The question is, the stronger side wins.
But even India supports the Palestinian cause.
Yeah, so it's okay. We say we have a right to exist, but you don't have any right to carry out a single terrorist attack on Israel.
Right to exist?
That's what we say. Live peacefully.
Right to exist.
Why do you say, Arnab? Why do you lie?
Just 1 minute. I can't answer everyone. Bring me back.
Made to settle there in the Palestinian land. They were given the space. They were made to settle on the Palestinian. They will occupy the and destroy Gaza and the Palestine.
To us is the world public opinion. the world public opinion stands.
Why should not they allow the people of the Palestinian to pray there in the mosque?
RSS is with Palestine. The entire world minus RSS is with Palestine. And we care a damn for the RSS. We care a damn for the RSS. Entire world public opinion stands.
हमेशा RSS पे आ जाना है.
Where did RSS come into?
RSS is more sacred to them than the Kaaba.
No, one minute, just one minute. Ratan Sharda right now with Atikur Rahman. Please don't bring the RSS into it, and please don't bring any religion into it.
Now, I have a reason to bring RSS or not.
You are looking ridiculous, sir. You are looking ridiculous.
No.
इंटरनेशनल बात हो रही है.
Atikur Rahman, let me ask you.
RSS collaborated with Hitler when the Jews were butchered in Germany.
Muslims are standing with Hitler, my dear friend. Go read history. Muslims are standing with Hitler. Please read the history. They supported elimination of Jews during World War II. What do you know of history? Maulana का हिस्ट्री पढ़िए जरा. Muslims supported Hitler, not Hindus. You know nothing, or you don't want to tell the truth.
I have breaking news coming in right now that we have just heard. See, Atikur Rahman, the breaking news is that the US is sending a few thousand additional troops to the Middle East to boost the security and defend Israel if needed. This has been just reported. So, you know, eventually, Ahmadiyaz, Sheikh Hamid,
They're supportive.
Shame on the US.
Arnab,
The US is siding with the
There's nothing new. Arnab, there is nothing new. That it is US which is backing Israel. That is very clear. There is nothing new. They must be sending their support.
Who should the US back? Hezbollah?
If it is not backing the Israelis,
but even they should not support even Israel. Why should they support Israel? Just tell me.
No, why should they not support?
They should support Iran.
No, support Gaza, support Palestine.
क्यों?
The people who are being killed.
मैं क्या कपड़े पहनूं? मैं किसको सपोर्ट करूं? इससे आपका क्या लेना देना?
Support the civil supplies.
Because we believe every human will support the Palestinian. We believe so.
I also support the Palestinians. I just don't support terrorists.
Don't you support the ICJ?
And the terrorists have done more. I've killed more Palestinians than Israel ever did.
See, Sheikh, 1 minute. I want to get Sheikh back. Sheikh, Atikur Rahman, your audio is terrible, so I'll take you out for a while. Sheikh, you see, this is turning into a full-blown war. And when there is a full-blown war, whoever is the stronger side will win. Now, the problem with the Iranian, Houthi, Hamas, Hezbollah, there was piracy going on, ships were being stopped, people were being killed, innocent people were being killed, so many Indian ships were targeted, Indian crew were targeted. And what did Iran do? Iran launched 330 missiles on 13th April. They thought they were very, very strong. They could do nothing. They couldn't touch. There was an Iron Dome in Israel. They couldn't touch Israel. The Iranians started this war. On October 7th, the Iranians carried out the mass rape and murder of innocent Israelis, which was completely unprovoked. In April, Iran carried out 330 missile strikes on Israel. Now the Israelis are hitting back and the Israelis are winning. What do you expect? If the Israelis are winning, then you are crying around, going around the world, oh, what is not fair. Did you think it was fair when on October 7th, women were killed, women were raped in front of their husbands, in front of their fiancés, they were gang raped, videos were made, children were killed, old women were taken hostage. Did you think it was fair? But when you are getting beaten back, as in when the terrorists are being beaten back, they are crying, they are saying, we want human rights. It's like Osama bin Laden asking for human rights. It's not going to happen. Any civilized country will fight back. Sheikh.
Now I expect you to listen calmly.
I'm very calm. You are not. I'm
Yes,
very calm,
yes,
but you are losing your patience.
Be calm.
I'm completely calm. But every time I tell you that the Hezbollah is
People
losing, you
I
seem
know
to be
you-
getting aggravated from internally. So I don't know why.
Yes. Please, I don't want to be just turn into noisy. See, when Hitler was killing Jews, people like you and the other two panelists, people like you in those times, they supported.
I wasn't around when Hitler was
They
taking
supported
Jews to the
Hitler.
concentration
People like
camps.
that.
I don't know where you heard this from.
Netanyahu is killing innocent.
Your leader must have been there.
He is bombarding innocent Palestinians.
It was the
killing
Imam
children.
of Al-Aqsa.
I know you cannot.
It was the Imam of Al-Aqsa.
No, one minute. Let him reply. Now, come down. Abhijit, let him speak. No. Let him speak. Abhijit, let him speak. Okay, let Sheikh speak. Let Sheikh speak.
Sheikh is a concentration
Let Sheikh
camp guard.
speak. Yeah.
They have habit of these people. They have habit of justifying the unjustifiable by defending the undefendable. When 40,000 innocent Palestinians got killed, when more than 90,000 Palestinians got injured, schools, hospitals, libraries, safe zones declared by Israeli military, even graveyards were bombarded.
These are all Hamas figures. None of them are verified. We need to do a fact check right now. All of these are Hamas bogus figures. There is not a single shred of proof that 40,000. They literally said after the hospital, after their own rocket landed on the hospital, within 30 minutes they counted 400 bodies. It turned out it was their own rocket that fell down. They were nowhere near 400 bodies, and they did a press conference after collecting 70 bodies. We know exactly what kind of nonsense. You're a Congress party fellow. You just said rape is resistance. Now you buy Hamas propaganda lock, stock and barrel. Why don't you just put up the Hamas flag? You're a Hamas member. You're effectively a Hamas member.
Who were raped
You're a Hamas member. Congress is the local arm of Hamas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I close this now. I close this now with two news developments. First is America is sending additional troops. That's breaking news number one. Second, Prime Minister Modi has had a very long conversation with Netanyahu. And the world is looking at us. We need to stand completely against terrorism. To all the misguided elements in our country who are supporting the Hamas and Hezbollah, to them I say, please understand what is in national interest. Don't let any other view come in the way. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Director, the taste of success.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Co-powered by Jaguar Bath and Light.
הבוקר הודענו רשמית על חיסולו של חסן נסראללה, ראש ארגון הטרור של חיזבאללה ב-30 השנים האחרונות. בתקיפה ממוקדת של חיל האוויר, אגף המודיעין ואגף המבצעים, אתמול בדחיה שבביירות, חיסלנו אותו יחד עם מפקדים ובכירים נוספים, ביניהם עלי קרקי, מפקד חזית הדרום של הארגון. נסראללה היה מגדולי האויבים של מדינת ישראל בכל הזמנים. הוא היווה איום על אזרחי מדינת ישראל לאורך עשרות שנים, וחיסולו הופך את העולם למקום בטוח יותר. Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of the terrorist army Hezbollah, was killed by Israel Defense Forces in a precise strike in Beirut last night while he was in Hezbollah's central headquarters commanding more imminent attacks against the people of Israel. For decades, Hezbollah, under the command of Hassan Nasrallah, orchestrated countless attacks against innocent people. Hassan Nasrallah had the blood of thousands of men, women, children on his hands. Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of an evil terrorist organization, the senior terrorists eliminated with him, and the central headquarters were a legitimate military target under international law. Hezbollah has openly declared that it has a plan to carry out its own October 7th massacre, on Israel's northern border, but even in a larger scale. They call this plan Conquer the Galilee. Hezbollah has been planning to do this in northern Israel. What Hamas did in southern Israel on October 7th, invade Israel, infiltrate civilian communities, and massacre innocent civilians. The Israel Defense Forces will not let it happen. Hezbollah is dragging the...
Co-powered by Jaguar Bath & Light.
The 3-year cycle is going to reset once again in the IPL as the biggest cricket league on the planet will undergo some major changes. The IPL Governing Council announced the much-awaited retention rules ahead of the mega auctions for IPL 2025. Alongside the retention rules, IPL Governing Council also took some key decisions for the 2025 to 2027 cycle. Here's a look at all the retention rules and changes. This year, in the mega auction, each franchise is allowed to retain a maximum of 6 players via retentions or right to match card. Each franchise will have 5 retention options and 1 RTM card option in the auction. A franchise can additionally retain a maximum of 5 capped players, that includes Indian and overseas players, and 2 uncapped players. The auction purse for each franchise for IPL 2025 is set at INR 120 crore. Additionally, the BCCI Secretary Jai Shah also announced INR 7.5 lakhs as the new match fees for players, including that of impact player from IPL 2025. The salary cap, including auction, match fees and performance pay, will be INR 146 crore in 2025, rising to 151 crore in 2026 and 157 crore in 2027 respectively. In a big move, overseas players must register for mega auction to be available for the following mini auctions. Pulling out of mega auctions would mean that the player can't appear in the 2026 auction. Additionally, those foreign players who make themselves unavailable for the IPL despite being picked at the auction will face a 2-season ban. Going forward, capped Indian players will be deemed uncapped if they have not played international cricket.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.